Welcome to the Deucecast Extra. We are the TV wing of the Deucecast universe. Currently suffering from whiplash.
Yeah, your Andor takes are just so.
Oh god! Oh god! We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
Everything.
We are definitely gonna get to that. Oh, here we go. Let me add Earl here. Hello, B2 Earl.
Am I wearing this correctly?
Welcome, sir. Yeah, you are. He's suffering. Earl, he's suffering from whiplash.
I don't think he heard us.
Man.
I don't think he did either.
Earl, hey, what's up, Brian? Sorry. We were bantering over here, so I didn't see that you were here.
Hi,
Coach is also here. Man, this is a crazy week, and it's only Tuesday. We have had a ridiculous amount of what I would call geek culture news. Sorry, Dave, that we missed you. That was last week, buddy.
Yeah, you can go watch the episode.
You can go watch the episode if you want to, but we talked. He hasn't seen She-Hulk either, so you'd have to watch She-Hulk and then. Oh, you didn't watch it, Dave. I don't even. Okay, here's Earl.
He's not wrong.
Earl, can you hear us now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Sorry, guys.
Good. Oh,
I didn't have my headphones.
I was worried. I didn't know what was going on.
No, it's good you kicked me out.
See, look at the shade that Roth is throwing me about my Andor takes. The shade.
Wait, is this the rewatch? Aren't we doing a rewatch of She-Hulk? The next
No.
9 weeks. Oh,
yeah, we're doing the minute by minute, podcast of She-Hulk. Yeah.
Yes, the minute by minute podcast of She-Hulk.
Wait,
you watched all of She-Hulk?
What's up with Roth? Is he?
No, he's got.
Michael goes, Andor's the best show ever made, and then the next week he's like, "Oh my word, that's the worst show ever made." And then this week we're back to the best. And my neck is just tired. I need some support on it.
Oh, you know what, Brian? Here's what's funny about this news that Brian's mentioning. I completely misread the article. I thought it said Disney Plus makes a deal with Doctor Who to broadcast Doctor Who in England and no, it's here in the state. It's in the States. That is huge.
It's everywhere but England.
I thought they had a deal with HBO Max.
They had a deal with HBO Max to stream the show, but I believe the new episodes were going up on BBC America like normal.
Yeah. So now what's the deal?
It's going to Disney Plus. Shows can stream on different streaming services, but which streaming service will get the new episodes would be Disney Plus.
Wow.
That's huge.
So not day and date though.
For Doctor Who, I would imagine Disney Plus would get day and date.
Wow. So BBC America plus Disney Plus.
I think it might just be.
I think they just
be Disney Plus now.
Holy cow! That's
big. Yeah. Is it going to be? Do y'all know who the new doctor is going to be?
What's that?
Yeah, well, it's
black guy, right?
First, it's David Tennant, and then it's going to be Nakati, whatever. I don't know how to say.
I can't pronounce his name.
So I can't. I'm not looking at it, so I can't say it right now.
It's a
I've
black
never
guy.
seen a Doctor Who.
It's the guy from Sex Education and on Netflix or whatever.
I'm familiar with the show. Let's see. So yeah, Doctor Who. I certainly haven't watched all the old ones, but I did pick it up when Christopher Eccleston started.
Me too.
And then I stopped once the old dude Peter Capaldi came in.
Me too.
So I made it through a couple episodes of Capaldi, and I was like, meh. I'm done.
I made it through the first season of Capaldi, and I was not a fan of Capaldi. A, as the Doctor, and B, I thought the writing went downhill. And once Clara was gone, I was like, you know what? I'm done with this show. I'm good. We're good.
I was kind of done with it too. I mean, once I don't know. We don't need to get into it, but
is this the Doctor Who? What are we talking about?
We do need to get into all this crazy geek news that happened this week because this was quite a week. So before we dive into episode 7 of Andor, we've got to talk about all this stuff. First, we're going to jump in. We got a new Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania trailer. So as per usual,
Marvel baby,
we're going to attempt to play the trailer. And hey, what's up, Ted? How's it going, buddy?
And react.
And react while the trailer is. We're going to be reactors. So here we go. Let's see what happens. Don't crash. Please don't crash. It could.
There we go.
First of all,
love
the
questions.
music.
Scott, you're at X-Con.
Yes.
How are you an Avenger?
Employee of the
That
century.
doesn't make sense.
Yes.
I love that.
But everywhere I go, people tell me the same thing.
I don't love her haircut, but that's okay.
Spider-Man.
That's a funny one.
People still need help, Dad. That's why we made this.
Ah, it's the daughter.
Forever a Catherine
Like a
Newton
satellite
stand.
for deep space.
Yeah,
but
me too.
Quanta.
Glad she's in.
Wait a minute. You're sending a signal down to the quantum realm.
What an idiot.
Never
Turn it off.
Don't do that.
Now.
Why would you do that,
Idiot.
Cassie?
It's recast and think you know everything.
Oh my gosh.
Honey, I shrunk the superheroes.
It does very much look like that, doesn't it? Am I able to pause this thing? No. Okay.
I can pause it.
Where are we?
I gotta say, that's a great recast. I feel bad for the other actors, but that is a great recast.
You get star power there.
Yeah. Look at all this crazy. Awesome.
It's a secret universe beneath ours.
They're in
Michelle
the.
Pfeiffer, lovely as always.
They're in the.
There's something I never told you.
I'm getting very Guardians of the Galaxy vibes, but I know it's not space, but I'm getting very Guardians of the Galaxy
That
vibes.
is what you
think.
I mean, look at that. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good.
Here he comes.
I can get you home.
He was canceled.
And give you more time.
Love it.
If you help me.
I love the look of the game costume.
So, what's it gonna be? Ant-Man.
Yeah. Okay, so that's great. Okay. You can. Okay, I'm going to remove it. You can right away. Let's make sure. Okay, you can right away tell that's a different Kang. I mean, that is just his demeanor, much more serious, not as playful as the one in Loki. Dude, that trailer. Sorry for those of you that have seen it just the first time in this way.
Yeah, you should
you're
go
having
check it out.
We were talking
reaction.
over it the whole time. Sorry
Yeah.
about that, but dude, I'm loving everything about that. It's like I said, it's certainly yeah, I'm in. It feels more Guardians of the Galaxy-esque,
It's
but
And a little bit of
most
the Star
excited-
Wars vibe from the aesthetics.
Very Star Wars-y.
Aliens and like that.
The
big
bar.
army there and
Yes.
looked very Attack the Clones.
It's the most excited I've been for a Marvel film since Doctor Strange, and I feel like it's actually going to pay off since No Way Home in terms of movies. But
well, I mean, first of all, it's rare that we're getting a trilogy with the same director, Peyton Reed.
Yeah,
so that's
Peyton Reed's all the way.
In fact, is that the only one? No, I guess Iron Man. No. That is the only one.
What about
unless we get a third
Spider-Man?
so Spider-Man is Spider-Man is one director.
Oh,
Mark,
yeah, you're right.
What is his name? Webb?
John Watts.
John Watts.
Yeah.
I'm way off.
The guy with the guy that did
Mark
Skeleton
Webb
Crew.
directed the Spider-Man movies.
He
His
did.
last name's Webb.
There was a Mark. There was
Yeah,
a
that was
Webb.
Amazing Spider-Man.
That was the amazing
Spider-
spot. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. Well, we may get a third one, guys. So come on.
Oh, okay. Wait, Brian's
true.
asking a question here. Was that an
I don't-
Eternal?
I shook my head because I don't think that's an
No,
Eternal.
I don't think
Eternals
so.
are usually giant,
They're
but
huge. Yeah.
it's the quantum realm. But I don't think it's an Eternal.
Yeah.
Unless it's a micro Eternal.
Maybe it's a Micronaut. No, I don't.
Hey, I would be all about a micronaut.
Earl will freak out if you drop that
Don't,
word.
man.
Earl
Oh my
gets
gosh.
excited about the Micronauts.
I don't even. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Coach is right here. Russo brothers. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
No, well, Russo's did 2 Captain America films and 2 Avengers films. I mean, they
Yeah.
did a through line
four
of
Marvel
4
movies.
films that all connected technically, but
Yeah.
they're not really the trilogy together.
Dude, Micronauts, the comics.
Brian knows what you're talking about with the Micronauts.
Baron
I don't
Karza,
really know
baby.
what I'm talking about. I just know about the microverse and all that.
We're definitely going to be getting a lot of
Microverse.
new characters in this, apparently, that are going to be in the quantum realm. I mean,
Mhm.
they had a whole
Flashlight head. We saw him.
flashlight head. Yeah, they had a whole slew of characters that walked up on him. It almost felt like when the Misfit toys in Toy Story 2 walked in, or was that the first Toy Story?
No, second, wasn't it?
Was it the
That
second?
was 2.
Oh,
that was 2.
That's a great question.
Maybe. I don't
Fett,
know.
what's up?
Fett knows
Man.
about the Micronauts too. I know Fett knows about all.
I think he just joined and he's saying word up.
No, he knows about the Micronauts. He knows what's up. He sees the chat.
Okay,
So
right.
yeah, I'm totally pumped about that. That's gonna be in February. I mean, we couldn't not show the trailer since it dropped yesterday. And then today we got another trailer. My goodness.
Now I have not seen this one.
Okay,
So
maybe we won't talk over it then.
Well, this will be a true reaction for me. I'll be.
Oh
my
okay,
goodness!
here we go
Dr.
then.
Earl's the
Like they
only
do
one that
on
can talk over it.
All right, Dr. Earl, here
We
you
can all
go.
talk over it. Oh, another special presentation.
Yes.
I just saw on the calendar that right now on Earth it's almost Christmas time.
We don't have time for trivialities like Christmas.
But Peter's so sad about Gamora being gone. Maybe if we go to Earth for a really wonderful Christmas gift, it would make him happy. Something special he will never forget.
What about someone special?
We're looking for the legendary Kevin Bacon.
We're looking for the legendary Kevin Bacon.
I just said that, Drax.
But your voice is small and mousy. I think maybe he didn't hear you. You're coming with us as a Christmas present. I'm Groot.
Introducing
Kevin Bacon. The character Kevin Bacon from the MCU.
Yes, the character
Kevin Bacon is
That
now canon
so
MCU.
Yes.
so great.
Well, we knew that because Peter's talked about Kevin Bacon. I think in Volume
lot.
2, Infinity War, he talked
Yeah.
about Footloose,
Footloose,
the greatest
yeah.
film.
Oh,
Kevin
that's
Bacon's
true.
the greatest,
Yeah, okay. All right.
actor, and yeah.
So
And
I
there was-
venture to
there was
say
a
this
Thor
will
joke
be,
There's
in there.
continuity through line. Okay.
this will be like what Werewolf by Night was 45 minutes, I guess.
It was about, I mean, in terms of actual content, I think credits, it was
Yeah.
about 50 something, I think.
50. So yeah, I
Yeah.
bet this will be about the same. I mean, surprising that they're gonna go ahead and drop it in November. I don't know why not wait till December, but
Because
It's
they're
the
so
holiday
eager
season.
to do this stuff.
I mean,
Don't- Don't get me started on dropping things too soon. For
oh,
Holidays.
Earl's upset.
why not wait till
Uh,
after Thanksgiving? Give us something season time.
Well, I mean, everybody in at least in 600 theaters is going to be seeing Glass Onion at that time. So not me. Unfortunately,
me
it's not
either.
in Birmingham, which I'm very upset about.
Are they dropping
so-
at the same time?
but
Are they
Earl,
doing
Earl, Thanksgiving is the 24th this year.
Yeah,
is it
I
not?
think this is a
So the
perfectly fine
25th
time.
is
though.
after Thanksgiving.
That's true. It's
Yes.
on Black Friday.
Yes.
so it's dropping on the 25th?
It's
Yes.
yeah, it's dropping on Black Friday.
Oh, well, then we're good. Well, you were, well, why
That's
would
the
you
day
say,
put up the
Mikey?
Christmas tree, Earl? Come on, I mean, everyone puts
we're
up the Christmas
good, we're
tree after
good.
Thanksgiving.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
I-
We-
I'm good.
we
I'm
used
good with
to-
this now. I'm
we
good
used to
with
do our Christmas tree Veterans Day. I don't know if we will this year because we're going to be. I'm going to be at Universal Studios on Veterans Day. So.
My parents legitimately every day, every Black Friday, put up
Yeah.
the Christmas tree. Yeah.
Well,
Have you
We
guys already
always
talked
kinda
about
change,
Andor?
But no,
no,
Oh,
we're
no,
saving
no,
that
we're
for
saving
last
that for
because
last.
it's the best
Oh, okay.
thing
All
ever
right.
made.
Oh, we did a whole hour beforehand, Earl. Actually. So,
Yeah, we did. So that I mean that's just MCU news. Also,
I'm-
Tales of the Jedi tomorrow.
What I am hoping
Yes.
we get here is I am hoping we get some sort of resolution and at least move the story forward with like the Gamora storyline.
Well, that's
So
that's
the
volume
next
3.
move, I know, but like I'm hoping the next movie, they don't have to do a whole bunch of setup with her not,
yeah.
and like
She's a
fill in a bunch of stuff that they won't have to do. For
Why is
3.
she not there? We don't
well,
know.
she's
Yeah, exactly.
there's a trailer on the internet that you could find. But,
Oh.
yeah, it's not officially
so,
released.
okay.
So. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Okay.
right. They did show that at D23, didn't they?
And
Isn't it
SDCC.
called The Search for Gamora?
Yeah.
No,
No.
no, that's just a name that people wanted.
Ah.
No, the
Okay.
search. There's no search. They found her.
Okay.
I'll say that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they found.
Spoiler alert.
So let's I mean, MCU, it was a big week for MCU, but DCEU
Mm.
out of
Oh,
nowhere,
Here we
really
go.
out of nowhere,
Smell what the DCEU.
Yeah, they came off the top rope with. I was like sort of surprised by this news, in all honesty, that James Gunn and Peter Safran are going to be co-CEOs of a newly created,
they talked about it at
kind of newly created DC Films, I guess.
Yeah, DC Studios, whatever they're calling it. They created it around the time that Warner Brothers Discovery did their Investor Day stuff a little while back.
Yeah.
They announced a DC Studios. And they wanted to get a guy, I cannot remember his name right now, the Asian guy who produced Lego Movie and a few other things. They were hoping he could be their Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
He turned down the job pretty publicly.
Yeah, he did.
And it pretty much looked like nobody wanted it. So they went internally, it seems, and hired what they think is their best creative guy and their best executive guy.
Yeah,
to run the ship, doing two people in the job now.
And I think that's good. I think you've got to have your executive and your creative. In this case,
I don't think you're going to find many Kevin Feiges.
No,
you're not going to find a guy that can do both a lot.
No.
And so I think splitting the job up into two people is good. Now, people can debate whether or not they think those two people are the right people for the job.
Yeah,
but I think the two people thing is the right thing to do.
In this instance, I think that's correct.
Yeah. Feige's. You're not going to get a Feige off the street. So,
no. And I loved this statement that James and Peter released. Our commitment to Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Harley Quinn is only equaled by our commitment to the wonder of human possibility these characters represent. So it's a nice little
superhero missing there that I'm not happy about, but it's okay.
Nobody cares about the Flash.
Shut up.
Unless it's Barry Allen.
They can't. They can't say anything about the Flash right now.
I know.
Is this sort of in like legal help?
No, it's going to release. It's going to release, but they're going to try and like not really promote the fact that I guess Ezra Miller is the Flash. I mean, they're going to try and
they're going to replace him after the movie. Yeah.
They're going to. It'd be funny. Like they'll release it, and then literally probably the next weekend they'll announce the new Flash, which is going to be John.
I mean, they haven't committed to that, but I can almost promise you they will replace him after the movie.
They probably will.
So I think that it'd be a good Flash. Is that who's Dan Stevens would be a good Flash?
No, he's too old.
No, the real Barry Allen is old.
He is. He's in his 40s.
They're going to want somebody close to Ezra's age, though.
Yeah, they don't need to go. Well, okay.
They have to.
Let me. Not only is Barry Allen old, but of the Flash groups, especially nowadays in the comics, he speaks. I mean, he speaks out of touch. I mean, he's the dad Flash. He's the dad of the Flash family.
Well, he's kind of like Steve Rogers. He's older. Yeah. Let me give an unpopular opinion. I'm not really. To me, putting James Gunn in charge of DCEU would almost be like putting Taika Waititi in charge of Marvel. I don't feel like James Gunn has the maturity. Well, I like his movies, but I don't want him in charge of the big level properties like Superman, I don't want them to be sort of.
Well, he is.
Well, it is. And
see,
he's probably going to have a more respectful attitude. Maybe.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't think James is going to go into this saying I need to do every movie needs to be like a James Gunn movie. You know what I'm saying?
Peacemaker,
I feel like he's going to go up to
that for my.
I feel like he's going to go up to the talent and be like, we need to make the best movie for these characters possible. What do you bring to the table?
Okay.
And then I can pitch in some ideas. And maybe if you need me to punch up your script, I could do that kind of thing. But
he is a good script writer.
But I don't think everything's going to be. I agree with you. I wouldn't want everything to be in James Gunn style.
No,
right.
I enjoy Gunn style more than I do Waititi style.
Okay, I'll go with that. But
I think of the film so far, he's balanced the humor with the serious a bit better for me.
Okay, that's fair, especially in the Marvel movies he has.
Yes. So I mean, we'll have to see. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought Peacemaker and Suicide Squad were pretty good though.
So
fair enough. I never watched Peacemaker, so I shouldn't judge.
On a much smaller level, there was an announcement about they finally found a guy to showrun and write the Arkham Asylum series, which that's more like the Batman universe. That's going to be closer tied to that particular universe. So, it could be good.
Do we think the Robert Pattinson Batman still does not come into the DCEU.
Correct.
No, it won't.
I think
It'll
they're going to try and get Affleck. I bet they.
You
try
think
and get
Matt Reeves is dead in the water, or
no?
Just separate universe, universe.
Like
which
Joker
I'm
2.
totally fine with. I know that studios a lot of the times are so worried, and they have been throughout history of like having multiple characters be played by multiple different people at the same time, but people aren't that dumb. People are dumb, but they're not that dumb.
They're not dumb.
Like
and even Joker's going to be separate. I mean,
right? Yeah,
Joker 2.
Yeah. And like I almost think that's what the approach I think DC would be smart to take. Not try to copy the Marvel approach.
Right.
Not try to build everything together to be one. Just tell a bunch of good stories.
They can do that in the DCEU. Like have your continuity in the DCEU.
I just don't think they can do it.
I think they need to have a main timeline that is coherent, and you can have these other things, and then you can. Okay, so look, everything comes together in the big Crisis events in the comics, and that is a very multiverse centric event, especially nowadays in the DC comics and with Crisis on Infinite Earths. Yeah, and I agree, Ted. We'll see how some of the other stuff does, but Batman 2 is definitely going to happen. But Arkham Asylum, I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, that was one of the announcements today. Was that guy?
Yeah. But what I was going with that is you can have these other things, and they can also build on this Crisis kind of thing. So when other universes start merging into other universes, that kind of thing, you can start bringing in Robert Pattinson's Batman or
that's true.
Some of the Titans actors, if you liked them, you can pick and choose who
just
you
like
want.
No Way Home, you could just have all the Batmans.
Correct.
That's true.
Correct.
That's true.
It's a multiverse smash.
You could. You can even get Keaton, Keaton's in the Flash. There's no. They're not hiding that.
Right.
So there's a lot of.
They'll make it happen somehow.
You can have all these different films that aren't in continuity, but you do need that main continuity that we care about. These characters in this timeline that we care about. You get what I'm saying? Like, maybe they don't need to be as interconnected as Marvel films, and I think Marvel's gotten less interconnected in Phase 4 in a way.
I'd agree with that.
But you still need just that main timeline. That's just my argument. You need that Earth 1.
And I don't mind them having like their DCEU universe, their Batman universe, and their Joker universe. I don't mind them doing that. I mean,
the problem to me right now is what is Earth 1 and what is canon. They need to establish that. What are we doing? What are we picking and choosing from? You have director's cuts of films out there too that slightly contradict other things in other films. Like, are we just saying this is a soft reboot and moving forward? I don't.
Well, the hierarchy has changed.
Yes, the hierarchy of power in the DC universe.
Yes.
Are we going to talk Black Adam?
We're okay. So we're not going to do like a full roundtable like we have. We
can't do spoilers. We can't do spoilers.
We can't do full roundtable for Black Adam.
What's
Black Adam?
Spoil?
Rhett hasn't seen Black Adam yet, but he's not in the chat anyways. But I mean, exactly. What's to spoil? I mean, that's the thing. There really wasn't much to spoil.
I guess there's one character. Let me not mention that word, I guess. But there's one thing that happens to one character that I think is sort of important.
And it wasn't Black Adam. Black Adam survived through the movie. I will spoil that for everybody.
Okay,
spoiler alert. Wait, are you telling me that Black Adam didn't die?
Did. Yep, that is something I feel.
Yeah, there was a character death in the film.
Yeah, there was.
That's about the only spoiler.
Oh, I wasn't even relating it to what you were saying, Garrison.
Well,
look, I mean,
that's kind of a spoiler in and of
itself. We've always said that everything on here has always been spoiler filled. I will respect the fact that not everybody was clamoring out to see Black Adam this weekend. In fact, you just saw it today, Garrison.
Yes.
You didn't even see it over the weekend. I mean.
Yes, Ted, it is.
Yes, that's correct. That's true.
I agree.
It's script. Its script is the worst part of the film, and
the first like 20-30 minutes is the worst thing I've ever seen. Almost like it was so bad.
The first 20.
The first like 20 minutes.
It was painful opening, and then after that, it's just dumb fun.
It's just dumb fun. I had a
good
lot
action
more
scenes. I think
I went in with such low expectations that I ended up having a lot more fun with it than I thought I would.
I think we all liked it a lot more than you guys did. We were just but it was late at night and we didn't really.
when that lady is on the steps with the bag and she starts talking to the JSA members, did you start noticing the fact that it cut between like 8 different shots on that?
Yes.
It was like,
so weird.
I was starting to get whiplash.
Yes.
I
did neck brace because I have one.
Yeah, I think I remember what you're talking about.
Oh man,
I do have a funny. So I went with some friends from work, and my coworker's fiance came with us, and he sat by me. He's from England, so I don't know if it's an indictment on his intelligence, but he thought this was a Marvel movie.
Oh, that's too bad.
And
that's
then he didn't even know it was a Marvel.
He probably had a
Marvel
great
movie
time
until like 15-20 minutes in. After the movie, I was like, "You didn't know it was a DC movie when Batman and Superman came in through the intro?"
Yeah. Like the DC logo came up there with the
because they played the Shazam trailer beforehand. I was like, "Oh, hey, did you know that Black Adam's Shazam's main bad guy?" And he's like, "No way, Black Adam has to do with the Guardians of the Galaxy." And I was just kind of looked at him like, "I don't know what you're talking about, you crazy Brit." But I thought he was going to walk out in those first 20 minutes, and I was like, "Well."
So he was that bored and that.
Oh yeah, he looked at me. He's like, "What is happening?" And I was like, "Just give it a second. I think it's going to get better."
I don't see. The thing is, I don't remember what even happened in the first 20 minutes.
It was all just exposition about
it's conduct. It's conduct.
Oh, yeah, I do know. Okay, all right, now I'm remembering. Yep.
I did think it was funny though when the father came up to the son. I was like, "Oh, cute! They got The Rock to play the father." That's what I said immediately because in my head I was like, "It's pretty obviously The Rock there. They're just hiding his face. That's kind of weird." And then I was like, "Oh, that's why they're."
That's why they did that.
Trick.
Yeah,
that's the trick.
A little bit of a trick there. I mean,
another spoiler.
I liked it for the most part. I loved Dr. Fate. I thought Pierce Brosnan was really
Brosnan
good.
was good.
I
liked Aldous Hodge.
Aldous Hodge's Hawkman was really good.
Okay, all right. Who does not know DC Comics here?
I mean, I don't know comics in general.
Do you know about Hawkman?
I mean, I know that he's got 2 or 3 different origin stories.
Carter Burwell, right?
Okay, so you know that he has okay.
He's got rich guy was one of his origin stories.
Okay. Do you understand the death element to him?
I do.
I don't.
The death element?
Yeah, like gets reincarnated.
Okay.
Well,
but that's the thing to me. He keeps mentioning that, or he mentions it a couple of times. I'm like, how many? They're not explaining this to the audience.
Right.
The audience isn't going to understand that he gets reborn every time he dies.
Oh, I didn't know that aspect.
Yeah, exactly.
I had no
idea. That's why he's like, I
didn't
fear death.
Interesting.
Now, what about the nth metal or something? The
nth metal is his That's what his thing's made out of.
That's what his mace is made out of. Right?
Yeah, which also goes into the Dark Knight's metal storyline because there's like a oh god. Anyway, we don't need to get into that. I'm sorry.
And that's a lot of comic stuff that I'm just not aware of. I mean,
and it's a lot of like Egyptian god stuff is the Hawkman stuff, and
yes,
it goes back to that time.
And he and his
same
wife
with Hawk Lady.
He's
Hawk
like
Lady,
Hawk Girl, I think it is.
Hawk Girl.
Hawk Girl. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I mean,
I enjoyed that performance though.
I did too. I thought Aldous Hodge was a highlight. I even thought that I thought Noah Centineo as the Adam or
Smasher,
Adam Smasher, not the Adam Smasher, 2 different characters. I thought he was okay. You know, that's the guy.
I thought it was a failure.
Oh, really? I don't know anything about Adam Smasher, so.
Well, it's not the character itself to me. It was that he was supposed to be comedic relief, and I never laughed at one of his jokes.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I just thought. I felt like
him hitting Hawkman out of the air was funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that was funny.
I didn't laugh at any of them.
I thought the idea with Adam Smasher and Cyclone was that they were new to the team and they were kind of like fish out of water.
They were.
I didn't feel
that
like
worked for me. It worked
going full comic relief.
Adam Smasher is supposed to be comedic relief.
Well,
they kept giving him all these funny, and then he's got the chicken thing at the meeting, and
yeah.
I'll tell you what I'm sick of in the DC movies, and like all really entertainment. Stop doing slow motion constantly.
Yeah,
I'm so sick of the slow motion. The slow motion Rings of Power. The slow motion with the wind lady. It was just, ugh.
That's Cyclone.
Yeah.
Be more respectful, sir. That's
was
Cyclone.
The hierarchy of power. It was.
The Rock thinks it's been changed, not challenged. He thinks it's like, I mean, he thinks he is the savior.
It's about to change, and now it's been changed. Yeah, exactly.
Challenge
he is the savior of the DC universe. And maybe he is, because he did have the power to bring back a specific character at the very end there. Which
did he save the DC universe?
Look, if you haven't paid attention to anything in the news,
bless you.
It's
Thank you.
I don't feel like this is a spoiler, but I mean, Henry Cavill is like back for the most part.
I saw on Twitter today that I think he said that he's back to do more Superman movies.
Oh, let's see if it's going to work.
It'll work.
Look at that. Oh.
Hey everyone. I wanted to wait
until
the weekend was over before posting this.
Hey Henry, question
I wanted
for
to give you all a chance to watch Black Adam.
We've seen it.
But now that plenty of you have, I
good.
wanted to make it official that I am
Make
back.
what official? You're back?
Superman.
Oh. Wow.
And the image you see on this
Look at that curl.
and
Look at that.
what you saw in Black Adam.
Love it.
Are just a very small taste of things to come.
Oh.
So there's a lot to be thankful for. And
yes, there is. Thank you. Yeah.
I'll get to that in time.
Is he playing Captain Britain right now?
I want to thank you guys most of all. Thank you for your support and thank you for your patience.
Oh,
and I promise it will be rewarded.
Good.
Thank you.
Superman does a good
Thanks
British
for joining
accent.
us.
Yeah.
Dude, I felt like he was talking
Not
directly
my
to me.
Superman.
I know. I felt like he was talking
wrong.
directly to our audience. So, look, I was hyped. I'll be honest.
I'm excited.
When they used the John Williams score rather than Hans Zimmer, I was pretty hyped.
And it was not just, I mean, it was like dun, 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 dun. It wasn't like the typical,
it was the original.
It was like the beginning of the crescendo, and I was like,
Yes.
that's awesome, because it's subtle, but it's also there.
Yeah.
And then
in my opinion, that's the best work.
He's got the curl.
Yes, he's got the curl, which he didn't have in the Snyder cut.
Right.
I actually enjoy the Snyder cut. And I think it's the best Superman that Snyder did.
Yeah.
But he's got the curl now. He's got the red and blue back. And the John Williams theme was behind it. I'm fully in.
Great.
Yeah,
it looked so great. I mean, a couple of the things were maybe like a bit of a slap in the face to the Snyder people. Well, certain people in the Snyder group that, where's the black suit? How come they didn't use the Zimmer score? You know, I saw that sometimes. And I was like, come on, who cares?
This was the best part of the movie.
Well, look, I mean,
I enjoy the movie.
It's almost worth sitting through 2 hours just to get that. In all honesty, it is.
I kind of think Pierce Brosnan is actually the best part of the movie.
He is good.
I think Dr. Fate
Pierce Brosnan is 100% the best part of the movie. Is Dr. Fate,
and I love Dr. Fate. I think Dr. Fate's a great character
because he could have easily just phoned that in, him being like his who he is, but I think he was really into the role,
legitimately.
In fact, some of the stuff that he said he was inspired by Benedict Cumberbatch's performance as Doctor Strange to deliver something like more serious, and I thought it was great. I mean, I don't know anything about the traditional JSA, or they wouldn't even call them the JSA. They just called them the
Justice Society.
Well,
they were a really big team.
The big members you're missing in terms of the iconic JSA, really, you're missing Alan Scott and you're missing Jay Garrick.
Oh, Flash.
There's a couple others you could name.
Flash and Green Lantern.
But those two, Flash and Green Lanterns, are the iconic JSA members, with Hawkman, Dr. Fate, Our Man as well.
So you're so like the characters in Stargirl almost.
That's right.
They've got
Stargirl is a part of the JSA later on. She's not a founding member necessarily, but she's an iconic JSA member as well.
Because they had like Starman as in JSA, which is really funny because it's played by Joel McHale. So I thought he's been in the show quite a bit.
That's a Justice Society as well. Yes.
Yeah, but they actually call themselves the Justice Society of America. In this movie, they were JS International or whatever. I mean,
were they?
Well, they never said America.
They just said Justice Society.
They said Justice Society, but I think the Cape might have said JSA, but I couldn't tell.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think so too.
I don't know because they
gave the kid the cape with the logo on the back.
Yeah, there was one moment in
Justice Society of Asian Markets. Is what
there was one moment in the movie where they specifically had a line talking about you might be the Justice Society of International something or something. I mean, they actually like said the word international to make it feel like they're the Justice Society of the world, not just America.
Oh, well,
I
there
really
was that
feel like
one
the cape
point
said
where
JSA,
when they first show up, they
You can't
said,
police the world.
"We're here to ensure international stability."
That's right, international stability.
But they didn't say we're the JSI.
Yeah.
No.
They just said we're the
Yeah.
Justice Society, and we're here.
All the interviews, the actors are still saying JSA, so I feel like they kept.
It's
that.
weird that they didn't specifically mention that.
Well,
I thought that they
but
were
they-
doing that.
Oh, that's for the market.
But they do the same thing with Justice League. Although Justice League
yeah.
officially in the movies is called Justice League now, and same in the comics. But it used to be the JLA.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right.
But the problem is Justice League does go and fight all kinds of cosmic and all across the world. So
right.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, I think that it is a good starting off point for the character. I mean, you had to have kind of an origin story for this character. You couldn't necessarily dodge that. So, and I thought that they did an okay job introducing the character. And I think even at the very, I think at the very end, we got the potential for maybe some at least humorous sarcasm that might seep into the character instead of it being totally serious all the time. So there was some fish out of water stuff with him that was pretty funny. He made me laugh more than the other stuff, and that was on purpose as well. They wrote that in as he doesn't understand the customs and that kind of stuff.
I mean, I think his reaction with Hawkman and Dr. Fate was probably the funniest stuff.
Yes.
Especially like back in the apartment building with some good
He's
stuff.
being sarcastic.
He just burst through the door. Oh yeah, the sarcastic thing.
You don't have doors, so we don't have doors from back then. Of course we did. That's how we entered rooms.
Yes.
I was surprised that we got a certain character. I didn't know she was going to be in it.
Harcourt?
No, the
Cyclone.
Amanda Waller.
Oh, Amanda Waller. No,
okay.
I think I knew she was. I didn't know Harcourt was going to be in it. So I was, being a Peacemaker fan, I was glad that she was in it. I thought that was neat. Because
James Gunn's wife.
Yeah, I didn't know that was her. What did she do in the movie?
She was the one checking in Black Adam, basically.
Yeah, she was checking in
when they were putting him in the.
She's like, your regards.
Yeah. She even had a couple of lines.
What is the name of that organization with Waller? It's shoot.
It's not all Intergang.
It's not Intergang.
No, it's not Intergang. It's all over. It's all over Arrow. They used to always.
I can't remember what they call.
It ends with a U.S. It ends with
Argus.
Argus. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think they said that ever.
I've never cared about the Suicide Squad in the comics, so I always forget that stuff.
Yeah, Argus. So yeah, I mean that was a pleasant surprise seeing her in the film because I liked her character. So, anyways,
I like Viola Davis.
Yeah, I like Viola Davis. I think that's a nice through line having that character pop in and out.
She's kind of the evil Nick Fury.
Yeah, she's the evil Nick Fury, exactly. Yeah,
man, and she is big time evil in Peacemaker.
Yeah,
and even in Suicide Squad, or is it the Suicide? I don't know. I can't.
Yeah,
she's in both.
The Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
but she is in both.
Oh, she is in both. Yeah, you're right.
I do appreciate that she's hung with this because I could see her saying, "I don't want to do this comics stuff anymore."
This stuff is awful.
Matter. She's the one. She's going to win an Oscar this year, probably for the Woman King. And no,
she's not.
I don't think she will. I think she's very good.
That's going to go to Cate Blanchett
for Tar.
I hope not.
Yes,
for Tar. I hope.
Yes.
Well, anyway,
Mikey, you haven't seen it yet. You can't just.
We don't need.
Why would you
judge? Kate's won already.
What, Mikey? What?
Woman King's a good movie. No, I'm just okay.
I mean, I'm sure it is. I'm just saying. What's the?
So we're I think everybody. We've got some people that really want to talk about Andor. Me being one of them.
Andor. Well, somebody wanted to talk about the Star Wars.
I did want to go back here and mention Brian's little.
There we go.
So,
secret project.
Look, I'll be honest. There's been so much of this that I don't know if it'll ever happen. Oh, it's been announced. No, but so has everything else Star Wars movie.
Waititi film.
Waititi film. At one point, the guy that directed the Card movie, like the Slight, that guy at one point was supposed to be. I mean, look, there has been so much of this. Now, I personally, whatever you think about Damon Lindelof, The Leftovers is one of my favorite shows ever, and Watchmen was phenomenal.
Watchmen, and he came up with such a great ending for that show, Lost.
I like the ending of Lost.
And look, there are a lot of people that don't like Damon Lindelof for that. I mean, they still hold that grudge.
That's why I said that.
Yeah. Now, it's interesting that you would give a film of this magnitude to somebody who I'm sure is a capable director, but does not look as if she's had much experience outside of television. And that being Charmaine.
Yeah, it feels like a TV show because they've got a writer's room and a director who's a TV director.
That's not good.
Well, I think Lindelof is the head writer and probably.
Yes, but he has a writer's room.
She directed Miss Marvel.
No, but she directed 1 or 2 episodes. Of
she directed the episode in Pakistan, though, right? The one that went.
Yeah.
See, to me, that was not the.
Yeah, that was. She directed 2 episodes.
She directed 2 episodes.
The best directed episodes of Miss Marvel were those guys who did Batgirl.
The two guys, right? That's why I was like, I don't. I think the ones,
and whatever.
Yeah, the guys who did Bad Boys for Life.
I wasn't that impressed with, so I don't know.
Dang it! Why did IMDb change their website? I can't figure it out.
So anyways,
I can't figure out how to pull up the episodes on Miss Marvel. I was sitting here trying to.
Seeing Red and Time and Again.
I will believe this when I see
those
it.
Those were great.
Again, it screams to me more a TV show. And if they want to get something actually done, the TV shows are getting done.
Yes,
they are.
The movies are not.
And I do love the report that came out today about Disney being like, Kathleen Kennedy, you need to stop announcing stuff.
I don't know if that's real.
Wait,
somebody told her that, or
no? I don't know if that's real. I don't want to. I saw it too. I'm not saying I did.
It came from the direct, I think. Well, the direct reported on it for sure.
The direct reported on it, but I don't. Nobody's going to tell Kathleen stop talking about the movies. Well, anyways, they talked about the movies because they said
it would be smart.
Yeah,
for her to stop doing it.
So yeah. But let us talk about the best Star Wars that has ever existed.
Michael.
Oh. We're talking about Return of the Jedi?
I'm back.
No.
Look, last week.
That's not even true.
Let's revisit last week. I said that until it feels like a Star Wars show, I'm not going to give it props. After this episode 7, it feels like a Star Wars.
Nothing screams Star Wars like Miami Beach.
Oh, dude, I love that. I love that. Okay.
Speech.
All right. So the episode was called Announcement.
Yes, Mikey took it.
New director Benjamin Caron and new writer Stephen Schiff.
Very good.
So Dan Gilroy no longer credited as a writer of this episode. This is a Stephen Schiff written episode.
A one-off, maybe. Right?
I think this is the one-off because I think they're doing then 8, 9, 10. And then 11, 12 is the final arc. So yeah, this was sort of like the one-off to get us to, the storylines that are going to be happening for the rest of the series.
It's a hinge episode because
I did. You're right. I took my Star Wars medicine, and I'm back, baby.
It's good to have you back, Mikey, in the fold of truth and justice.
Garrison,
Garrison doesn't seem to.
You don't seem impressed.
Well, I just don't understand what the difference is between this week and last week, really.
It was
this week was more boring.
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
no,
well, because last week was paying off an arc, so
it was a big. Well, that was
it
was a lot more action last week.
This is more setup. I knew that was coming, so I didn't have a problem with that necessarily. I don't have a problem with the episode. I just don't know what the difference is.
Well, here's the difference. Here's the difference for Michael.
This is the attitude I wish you had, Garrison. This is the attitude I wish you had. Thank you, Fett. I'm back home.
You had droids, you had troopers, stormtroopers.
Aliens.
Remember?
Yes, we actually did get.
You said that wasn't your issue, Mike.
I know. No,
you said it was last week.
My issue has always been difficult to explain because my issue was always that it didn't feel Star Wars to me. This felt very Star Wars to me.
Okay.
Did the first 5 episodes feel Star Wars to you?
Not really. No.
Interesting. Okay.
First 6. This is episode 7.
Okay. I know, but the first 5 you were on board with, and you were in camp. This is a very good show.
The first 5, I was like, okay, come on, let's have some Star Wars feeling. I wanted to feel it. And when episode 6 happened, I was like, okay, I was still disconnected. I'm connected now, though. I think that I understand what they're doing here.
Look, your feelings are valid, Mikey.
Yeah, the new long
I see
burn setup. Yeah, it is. It's a setup for a lot of things. I mean, Cyril getting his job with the Bureau of Standards.
That was.
I was kind of bummed.
That was boring.
Well, it's all set up, dude. I was kind of bummed
so he can see Andor's mugshot.
Yeah.
I was bummed that the uncle wasn't somebody that we already knew.
Well, there's still time.
You're skipping over a big cameo.
Laura Santica?
No, Admiral Yularen.
Oh, no. I'm still at the very beginning of the episode.
I thought your Lauren was
where the mom.
He's still back with the mom.
Where the mom's talking about his.
He's gonna really go slow.
Eat some more cereal.
The brown suit and I guess that's all Cyril eats is cereal.
Blue milk.
But yeah, they mentioned the Uncle Harlow, which I hope that ends up being somebody else. But I mean, we'll see. I don't know. But yeah, no, Admiral Yularen looked awesome, did he not? I mean, he looked.
That's pretty.
And
really
I knew
cool.
exactly who it was from the get-go. I was like, "That's Yularen," and if it's not, they
Really?
screwed up. Oh yeah, for sure. Because there's not very many Imperial ISB agents that have a mustache that we know of. You know what I mean? Like that have been named and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, this is certainly like the sentiment that I think Gilroy himself even said is that he felt as if he was making movies. Like that, I think, is getting to be a bit annoying to hear creators say that.
It is
because there's a lot of creators that are saying that because they think it's what the audience wants to hear. They think it's what's like their viewers want to hear. Oh, this is going to feel like you're watching a movie.
Yeah,
I'm like, it doesn't have to feel that way. Make a TV show. I mean,
if it's an hour and 45 minutes long, great. That's how I want to feel. I want to feel like I'm watching a movie. If it's 37 minutes, you probably can't get a full movie feeling in those 37 minutes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's a lot of not writing for TV happening in the streaming world right now.
I agree.
It is sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
I mean, do you want an arc to be completed all the time in one episode? Like I like.
No, but they're not even.
I'm not saying it has to be. Was that episodic serial type story?
Where like you had the ending and conclusion of everything. And
I'm not saying it has to be that. I would like you could tell a story over a full season. I mean, look, I don't like the 22 episode thing. But when I watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for the first time this year, I went, wow, they actually told the story well over 22 episodes. Somehow.
That was a long time ago. They were doing things differently back then.
That was the old TV.
Old TV,
yeah.
My biggest issue with this whole episodic thing and it being made like movies is I don't think they're ending in the right places. They're not ending on what feels like TV cliffhangers.
I agree.
Yeah,
it just feels like they're ending in the middle of stuff.
The flashback ending of this was kind of like, okay, it's a flashback. We know that.
They didn't have a flashback.
Wait, there wasn't
ending.
a flashback ending.
This ended... not the very end of the episode was on the beach planet. And then
where he's getting dragged off.
And then they did a quick shot to Cyril back at the Bureau of Standards, and that's how the episode ended.
Oh, that's
that
true.
is the flashback, and it pretty
but
much.
But there is a flashback
there,
in the episode.
It cuts to Cyril.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Cutting back Cyril was kind of odd. Especially if they should have had Cyril discover something like see
I think
Andor's
the beach plan is a
face.
flashback, is what I'm saying. But
you think
I don't think so.
No, that's not a flashback.
It's not a flashback.
No, because that's where he said he told Marva he wanted to go someplace like that. I mean, and so that's him.
I don't know. That's an interesting thought here.
That is
it feels like a flashback.
It's not a flashback.
But I don't think it is either, because I think what's going to happen, he's going to end up
on the run.
He's going to end up in jail. His picture is going to be put out over the galactic web, whatever you want to call it, and Cyril is going to be like, "Oh my gosh, I was right. It's Andor. It's my guy."
That was Andor, Brian. That was Cassian that was.
No, that was the flashback. So that's that.
That was a flashback.
Now that was handled a little clunky. I will say that.
I'm gonna die on this hill at the beach.
I honestly don't think that's a flashback.
I don't either.
You think the beach thing is a flashback? Wow.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. No, the flashback was him seeing the clone troopers, right? Weren't those clone trooper helmets?
Yes.
And the dad, I just rewatched it.
they were supposed to be clone troopers.
Yeah, here we go.
They were all
This
different
is
heights.
this is a good point from Coach. It's not a flat. Strict sentencing is due to Aldani Imperial lockdowns.
Right.
Yeah. So instead of a 6-month sentence, it's a 6-year sentence.
Yes.
So she did mention that. Yeah. So, anyways,
I just rewatched it, guys. I saw it like 30 minutes ago.
I did too.
I did too.
I did not rewatch it.
Let's talk about the Yularen part. So Yularen is not part of the ISB. He's just like, I didn't think he was.
That's right.
He's part of the ISB.
Up.
No, he's like one of the higher ups in the ISB.
Oh, okay. Because he was
like in Rebels. He is.
Okay, interesting. Oh yeah, you're right. In Rebels, he is definitely. You're right.
Because I think that's why he's wearing white.
Yeah, that makes sense. Although Krennic wears white and he's not ISB, so
that's true.
I mean, the white thing I don't know necessarily is the differentiation, but I guess he is.
I'm not an Imperial uniform expert. I retract my statement.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess
he's Matic to clarify this.
He's over Partagast though. He's like higher.
Oh yeah, no, he's
like I think he's like the director of the ISB.
Okay, so he's like the director. He's coming in. He's basically telling his people, we're going to basically start like really hammering down on everyone. They're going to introduce like a tribute tax. I loved like the acronym, the PORD, Public Order Resentencing Directive. They're going to do all that crazy stuff. Basically, everything's going to be a class 1 offense. Anyways, they're tightening the grip, which Deidre's like, no, this is not a good idea. They're kind of playing into their hand, basically. Garrison, what are you doing? Garrison's like pulling the episode up so you can try and prove us wrong that it's a flashback. No. It looked like you had a remote.
That's my phone.
Oh, okay.
I got a charging pad underneath it.
You and your kids and your charging pads.
Well, my port does not work, so I have to use the charging pad.
I have a charging pad.
You got to clean your
with it, Michael.
Dude,
I've tried that. The spray, the air spray stuff.
Either the spray or the paper clip. Unbent paper clip. And get all the dust.
I'll try that.
It's disgusting. How much dust is in there?
I've had it cleaned out before by Apple, but anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Deidre is against this whole idea because she basically thinks they're playing right into the rebels' hands, what they kind of are. I mean, it's like
they're inflaming the rebels, right?
They're basically inflaming the rebels. They're making a dumb mistake here. So
what Skarsgård wants, right? Doesn't he? Yeah, because
yes, he talks about it, and Mon Mothma ends up talking about it later on. Also, while she's talking.
I'm kind of surprised Mothma's like, what's happening? Why'd you?
Well, like, she was even that way in. She's been that way though because
she's the more cautious.
Yeah, she doesn't like Saw either.
But if you're getting involved in a rebellion, I mean. This stuff is going to happen.
Got to crack a few eggs.
Well, and there's some talk. So I was re-listening. I rewatched it and listened to everything. They were talking about she's helped some separatist movement on. Do y'all know the planet? There's some story that she's.
Yeah, it's the one that is the reason she left in Rebels.
I can't remember the name of the planet. No, I'm not a planets guy.
Matic is still listening.
Yeah, I'm not a planets guy. I don't know the name.
Well, there was so she's talking. I'm thinking she's thinking she can do some kind. She's trying to still believe in that you can reform things through the current political system. I still think she has that thought,
or she's just more pacifist than.
Well, there's some of that. I think that might be true too.
Yeah, I mean, here we go. Gorman.
Thank you, Fett.
Yep.
Gorman. That's it. Fett. Yeah, she talks about Gorman.
Yeah, she talks about Gorman
because there's going to be a Gorman massacre before that is part of Rebels. You don't see it in Rebels, but that's why she leaves.
I loved the scene with Mon Mothma and Luthen in his shop. I thought that was awesome.
Was great. Yes.
His line, "Has anyone ever made a weapon that wasn't used?" Loved that line. Just the writing is so good, and it's interesting. I didn't realize, as I was watching the episode, I thought the whole time in my mind, oh well, Dan Gilroy must have written this one again because the writing was really sharp, but it was a different writer, Stephen Schiff. And I haven't looked up his profile to see like what that guy's done before. I'm sure it's a lot of TV writing. I mean, British television, the writing is always really sharp. I mean, they have a lot of dialogue. It's very dialogue heavy.
He was a producer of The Americans.
Oh, that's a great show. That's a really good show, actually.
Oh, the guy, Stephen Schiff?
Yeah, on FX. Okay, that's a really good show.
Okay, so that's why his writing is really sharp.
Yeah, it's just very well done writing. I mean, very much, like an espionage show or whatever, which is fine.
I don't know if y'all realize this though, that her driver is an ISB.
Yes, ISB.
Spy.
And so anytime they would say something really important, I don't know if y'all noticed that, they would turn away, which I thought was cool.
They were afraid
he was like
lips being read.
Right. That was
so
really
this
cool.
is I mean, obviously something is going to happen to them at some point. I don't know what. I don't know if they're going to die, but yeah, I'm not sure. Let's see.
Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone?
No, Graham Bell Ibis from the old EU. That's opposite of Mon Mothma. Yeah, I kind of remember Graham Bell Ibis. I can't remember exactly what series he did. Was that the Black Fleet series? Was he in that one? Those old books? Ted, you're gonna have to help us out. I can't remember exactly which books he was in. But I remember the name. I can't exactly remember the characterization, but I remember the name. Coach out of nowhere. Yeah, I mean, I think she's she's a powerful woman, Coach. I mean, she's
not my type, not because she's a powerful woman. She's just not that attractive to me. But
well, they've got her definitely made to look severe and intense.
Yes.
I would say the helper of
what is her name? I know who you're talking about.
Is it Carol? What is her name? Hold on.
No,
they've never said her name.
Clea. Yeah,
I kind of like.
She's Luthen's counterpart. Yeah, she's pretty hot. Anyways,
her little spy intrigue, and I have a theory about her, but
okay, but
I can hold it.
They jump back to Cyril getting his job at the Bureau. So as I was watching the Bureau of Standards part, all I kept thinking was Brazil. I don't know if you guys have seen Brazil.
No, that's what I thought too.
We reviewed Brazil.
Oh yeah, that's right, you did. Everything about that scene, especially when he started listing the different departments as they were walking.
Yes.
And so Cyril ends up getting a job with fuel purity.
Right.
I'm like, what?
Right.
What exactly is fuel purity all about?
And here you are, fuel purity.
I found the Garm Bell Iblis.
Okay, so he was.
It says Dark Force Rising was where he's introduced.
That was the second Thrawn book. I think.
Oh wow, Nate. Hey, Nate, at least he's consistent, right?
Hey, speaking of, I guess we're not there yet. I'll bring it up.
No, we're done. Okay, so we're fuel purity. He gets a job there. So, the next scene is Kayla just walking. The cool little espionage symbol on the ground. Clea, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I saw
there was a little symbol on the ground that was,
that's the Andor symbol, wasn't it?
I don't know exactly what it was, but yeah, I think it did look like the symbol that they show at the beginning. Well, that's just the.
Or was it the symbol from Rings of Power? Was it
different? No, it wasn't the Rings of Power.
Sorry, that's a whole other story.
So we're back to Deidre. She's wanting to.
Well, now wait a minute. Wait. So Clea tells.
Well, that's later. That's later.
Okay.
They just show a quick scene of her walking so they can show that symbol on the ground. That was the only reason they showed that quick scene.
Sorry, I thought that was all connected. See,
it was not, because then they jump to Deidre and she's talking about needing a multi-service data blend or whatever from all the Imperial bases. And
I love that guy stuff. Jumping up and
he's, ma'am, sir, ma'am, sir, ma'am.
And he's readjusting himself.
I can really tell that Garrison does not like Andor. I can tell.
That's not true. No. We just have a 4-person panel, and you guys have more to say because I can't remember these characters' names.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I'm just staring at IMDb trying to.
We're looking them up.
You're right. I mean, there's a ton of characters.
I feel like I have to do with Game of Thrones, where I just study the names for a little bit.
Oh, dude!
Speaking of Game of Thrones, I did not know until this week that what's her face was the faceless woman. Waif from Game of Thrones.
Who?
Vel.
Yes.
Oh,
that's
in
right.
In this series.
In this series,
it's the lady
the
who
same
plays
actress
Vel.
played the waif, the faceless woman that like trained Arya.
What's her name?
Yeah. Okay.
Faye Marseille.
Okay.
Marseille. Yeah, that's her. That's
I
her.
didn't realize that.
All grown up.
Yeah.
She's a lady now.
Also attractive.
Yes. Also, yeah. Now I'm a little more Faye. I like Faye.
I would be more Faye than Deirdre, yeah.
But hey, but probably more so Kalela. And really, honestly, Bix is the Bix is the fix.
Cinta, come on now, Cinta's all right.
She's all
because
right,
we do jump back to Cinta for a quick
an
scene.
overhead
doing
shot
what she's supposed to be doing.
Cinta's doing what she's supposed to be doing on Aldani, whatever that is.
From the trailer.
The awesome Star Destroyer scene. Yeah, that was from the trailer. Exactly. But then Earl, like you mentioned, Clea gives Vel an order to take out Cassian. I found that interesting.
Well, so I'm still wondering. So this is a thought. I'm not saying this is right.
Mm-hmm.
What if Kalea is working for Saw Gerrera? Like she's acting like she's a little more cutthroat than even Luthen.
Oh yeah, no, she definitely is.
She is she's a different rebel faction, I guess.
Yeah. Now, see, I took these as orders from Luthen.
Yeah,
I did too. But there's still a little bit.
But also, some of the stuff that she said was pretty sharp and harsh. Like this is what sometimes you got to do this stuff. This is what has to be done. Yeah,
and you may be right. This may be all Luthen but it seemed like Luthen kind of wanted Andor around.
You would think that, like he wanted a new recruit, and
in case
Ted,
he wanted to use him again.
I'm totally with you. All seeing all this.
I think that's the strongest part of this show for sure.
I think so too. So far, yeah, it's really good.
This episode for me, all the Mon Mothma stuff was what owned me. But we haven't gotten there yet. But everybody's looking at me.
What? Sure, Ted. I don't know where that maybe like the last
episode 6.
Maybe episode 6. Yeah, for sure. But yeah. So I mean, and Vel even asks like how Cinta is, and that's kind of when Clea's like, look, receiving a message and sending a message is just as dangerous. So don't be doing all that junk. In other words, like forget about Cinta. She's doing what she's supposed to be doing.
A love triangle.
Well, no. I don't even think that. I just
not forget about her in that way.
No, I just think that's like no.
Only think of me.
Only
that's
think of yeah, exactly.
And go kill Andor.
I am all you need. Now go kill him.
So both times I've watched this episode, and I'm not afraid to admit this, but I think the stuff between Cassian and Marva was really good stuff.
That was good stuff. That got me emotional.
I got pretty emotional in both times I watched the episode.
Yeah.
Just because the actress that plays Marva is just really good.
Fiona Shaw. Yeah.
She's like really, really good in that particular scene.
British actress.
Yeah, in those two scenes, she that they had in this particular episode, she was really good in it. Yeah, I mean, Ferrix, I get that she feels like that's some hot point and that she needs to stay and be like part of the rebellion on Ferrix, but I don't know. Isn't it just like an off-world planet?
Well,
I mean, I guess they're there now.
Mikey, Andor is still on Ferrix. Don't you understand?
What do you mean?
Because the beach was a flashback in Garrison's mind still.
No, Garrison.
It's not. Sorry, buddy.
This is going to be the story of his increasing hatred of the Empire. I think the next arc is going to be a prison break. What do you think about that?
Oh,
Led
yeah.
Well,
I don't even know that he even spends any time
his
in
first prison break as getting into the
rope. I don't know.
We'll see.
We got the origin for Clem.
We did. So his dad,
we'd already met Clem.
His dad.
Yeah.
Well, he's talking about his
adopted father.
The adopted father. Yeah, we got what we see what happened to him. Now were those? I watched it a couple times and I paused it. Were those clone troopers?
Those were clone trooper uniforms.
So it was the Empire, but they were phasing out the clone trooper uniforms pretty quick after this,
and they were phasing out clones. And I don't like. I don't really mean this as a real point, but the clones were all different shapes and sizes.
So Brian, I took that to mean the guy, the black guy, was hung.
That's right. That's
yes.
Okay.
Yes, he was
hanged.
Hanged.
Yeah.
See, Fed, I don't know. So phase 2. I don't know all the uniforms, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Wait, what?
Hung is a completely different word to describe somebody.
Yeah, it's hanged. He was hanged. He's dead.
Poor Garrison. I was just reading what the comment says.
I know. He was
I'm here to talk about this show seriously.
He could have been. We don't know. I don't know that characterization.
I'm here to seriously break down this.
This is like Game of Thrones talk right here. Come on, it's serious. Yeah.
Hang no man.
Okay, so right after. Well, wait,
what's right?
No,
after?
it definitely wasn't right after. It was probably
right after. A couple years, probably.
Yeah, I mean, how old do we think Andor is in Rogue One? 28. Probably close 30.
He's grizzled. He's in his late 30s, probably. I would bet in Rogue One.
Okay,
so he's younger.
He's like in his. He's supposed to be like in his 20s in this show. I would think
4 or 5 years before that.
And he was probably like what 10 in the flashback.
Yeah.
So like
and
10
then,
years.
And then in the beach flashback, we have the.
That's not a flashback.
Hey, Earl, come on. Join the dark side.
That's not a flashback. That was him doing exactly what
I know.
Explain why there's no wound on his arm then, Mikey. In the shower, there's no wound on his arm.
Oh, come on.
Well, okay, so now I'm confused
Brian
with my timeline. Because if he's like 35 in Rogue One, that puts him at like 25. No, wait, is it? No, it's 20 years.
This is
it puts him at
BBY 5, right?
15 right after Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, okay.
Well, he's when he was like standing there with his adopted dad, Clem.
Yeah.
He looked like what he was about 12 or 13.
Yeah,
although I didn't like the editing. So I will be honest, this is the one part I didn't like because they flash back to him as an adult, but I was like, he's still in the crowd.
They were doing that on purpose. That was a creative choice, Dr. Earl.
Yeah, I just didn't like that.
That was a creative choice
because
it was telling the audience that he's flashing back and he's thinking about this moment with his adopted father fighting. Yeah, I mean.
Oh, Ted says that was Republic forces on Canary, so that was during the Clone Wars.
Huh?
Okay. The original place that Cassian's from, like that first flashback stuff we get in the first 3 episodes, I think is what he's talking about.
Right.
When he's 10, right? He's a young or 6 or what?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm confused a bit on the timeline then.
Yeah, no, I am too. I'm trying to do math in my head. So it's 20 years between 3 and 4, right? And Rogue One's right before 4. So if he's like 35, that puts him at 15 at the end of Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking that hard right now.
It just to me
again, I don't think we need to worry about timeline. I don't really care about like how old characters are and whatnot, especially when like Tony Gilroy, he doesn't really care.
No, Tony doesn't care.
He's looking kind of young on that beach,
keeping the Star Wars timeline together. So who knows?
Now I'm starting to join with Garrison. Man,
no, it's not a flashback because this is going to be the spark that lights the flame in his heart.
Oh, yes.
Get out of here with your Last Jedi line.
This is going to be the thing that really sparks him.
It's not a Rogue One line.
It's finally going to click to him how
no, it is the suffering in prison, the injustice,
the tightening of the Empire grip. He's going to get it now. Marva was trying to explain it to him, and he's like, "I don't understand." It's going to take something like that.
On the mission in episode 6.
No, he was still for the money. He was still in it for the money at that point.
Yeah, he was in it to save his life, but
yeah, I think
he learned a lot.
I think he learned a lot too, and he would have continued to the end until Skeen was like, how about we kill everybody and us too just escape out of here?
Yeah, and now that they're going to try to kill him now anyway, so it's I don't.
Well,
yeah,
he's got
you're
that
right, Brian.
payoff.
Forget your sister. That was a sad part. That was rough.
Oh yeah, Marva. Gosh,
Marva
those scenes
scene.
with Marva were really good.
Yeah.
And I like the little droid. What's his name? B something.
B2. Yeah, I mean, it's
B2
a
Earl.
name.
B2 Earl, right there.
B2 Earl. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and he does get. Cassian gets one last moment with Bix, or is it the last moment? But
I don't know.
I
like that
think
scene
Bix
a
is
lot.
lying. Bix is lying.
About
she
what?
knows
About
a
what?
lot more about who he is.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think she knows.
I think
about
she's way more
Luthen.
connected.
Yeah. I think so too. I think she's
Oh,
way more connected to the rebellion.
And
Luthen,
I think she's also very connected with Marva, and those two are going to like cause a bunch of ruckus on whatever that planet is.
I'm used to non-linear storytelling.
Or we think something's a flashback that isn't.
No, this is non-linear 101, Mike.
We can only handle flashbacks when the armor is making Mandalorian armor.
I'm on to this.
The reason it's not a flashback is because a shore trooper was past phase 2 armor.
and we have those KSO like droids. What are those called, by the way? Are
K2SO.
Well, they call it
Well, that
KX droid in this.
Yes.
How far back do you think this has to be, Mike? It doesn't have to be that far back.
It's definitely not a flashback.
Info. Oh, the trailer for this week.
Oh, Bix is so Brian's basically spoiling that Bix is probably coming back, which is fine. I like that character.
Man, that scene was
get
good.
More hot girls.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
just
so
sad we lost Tim so
we're-
fast. So.
We've jumped over a key Mon Mothma scene.
No, I was about to get into the Mon Mothma
Okay.
scene where she's at the dinner.
That was my favorite scene of the episode.
She meets Coleman.
Me too. That was my favorite
Or
scene.
Colma, I'm sorry, the banker guy.
Yes. Look at Jacob. He just can't believe it.
I agree, Nate.
Yes.
This ending makes no sense. What's
He needs to say, "I'm fat and happy."
I wouldn't be in prison now. We're gonna make this a flashback.
Yeah.
So I mean, the thing that the whole deal, and Luthen even kind of called her on this, that when they had their conversation, he was like, "Look, we've got to do more than you just trying to get access to your money. Like Luthen's ready to take action.
Right.
She was trying to slowly build funds.
She's
So
just trying to
maybe
gain some funds.
She's trying to gain some funds. She's on the fiscal side of things, thinking maybe we got to get all this money going first before we try and start this rebellion. Luthen's like, no, the time is.
It's going to take
now
blood
to act.
and sacrifice and
I don't think he said that, but yes.
Well, he did. He said there's
Is there
going
an
to be
echo in here?
To break the fourth wall. God, I hope not. I hope that never happens in Star Wars. That would not be something I would want to see ever.
There would have to be a specific type of character, but we don't need to get into that right now.
We don't need to get into that. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, she's talking to this bank guy who's apparently old friends, and they're going back and forth. You know, he's like, maybe my politics are a little too serious for you, and she's like, well, this is what I needed
we're
to
on
hear.
the same team here. Yeah.
I love that part where she's like, I learned from Palpatine. I show you the stone in my hand, you miss the knife. At your neck or throat or whatever.
That was a great line.
I think it was neck, but yeah.
I think it was throat, actually.
It should have been.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know which one it was.
It was throat because I had the CCs on, the closed captioning on, and it was throat.
Okay.
Oh, smile. Yeah.
Garrison 0 for 2.
Smile. Oh yeah, Garrison 0 for 2.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the flashback, and now it's not neck, it's throat. I'm sorry.
Oh, the flashback has
Garrison
not been proven.
bad.
This has not been proven yet.
Garrison down bad.
Look. Yeah, she said smile a lot. I loved that. Like, you know. Also, man, throwing her own husband under the bus.
Like he's not trustworthy.
Perrin is not to be trusted, she says.
Well, I mean, good Lord, the way he treated her in that one episode we got to see him. I mean, why would she trust him?
He's garbage.
And this is definitely like an arranged marriage, right? Like there's
probably
I feel
like
if there was any love one episode,
there,
maybe.
Oh, I feel like it probably is. Just maybe that's like a tradition in Chandrilla. I don't know. I mean, it feels that planet feels very aristocratic to me. The way she's saying she came from family money, she needs to be able to access those funds.
The husband is not going to be for the Empire in terms of he believes in what the Empire believes in, but he's not going to want to leave that lifestyle, and that's what's going to cause the conflict, I think.
Your wife is smart. Never trust an Australian. No, never mind. I don't know.
What?
That means nothing. I don't know why I said that.
I think is it the arranged marriage thing that his wife says to him?
No, can't be trusted.
Or the can't be trusted. Okay.
Can't be trusted.
So he doesn't say arranged.
There is a mention.
That's a Mikey speculation.
There's a bit of a name drop of a character. Yeah, there's a name drop of a character, the Grand Vizier, who is a character that was mentioned. That's fair, Nate.
We're really sorry, Nate. I'm really apologize for Michael.
Fett in the chat, and I'm actually calling it out because I need to know where did the Grand Vizier come from? Yeah, Mon Mothma is a sugar mommy.
I thought you were talking about that comment
too.
Yeah. She could be my Mon Mothma.
No,
Errol.
Whoa.
I'm all about Mon Mothma. I'm all.
I'll be a stay-at-home dad for her.
I just remember like this Grand Vizier character.
I'll wear some robes around the house.
The Grand Vizier character is important, I think. I think that we're going to see him in this show
at
some point.
Is that Masamita?
Was he the Grand Vizier?
When I pulled up the Wikipedia, it's got a picture of him, but it just says he's a chief deputy of the Galactic Empire.
Oh, it doesn't call him the Grand Vizier?
Well, it's got a hologram of him.
He was the Grand Vizier of the Galactic Empire.
Okay, so they're talking about that'd be awesome if he showed up. That is a great character. I love that character.
If you look up Masamita right now, it has Andor as like the third thing that people look up right now.
Just because of his name drop alone. Well, not even a name drop, just his title drop.
And we got to reference one of the last couple episodes to the creepy bald chick.
Oh,
that was on the other side.
Oh, the blue. Yeah. She was kind of bluish. And then the blue man with the horns. What's that guy's name? The one
that's Masamita.
Is that Masamita?
Yes.
Oh, we could do him. Bring him in. Yep. I didn't know that was his name.
So really, we've already kind of talked about the flashback stuff and Marva. All of those scenes were really good. The next scene is the ISB meeting where that guy calls her Bleva or whatever. Blevin tries to call Deidre out, and they're like, she calls him out basically and says he's an idiot.
She's got the receipts.
And Partagaz likes that, but he does say,
that's a great scene.
He does say, "Watch your back" at the end of that, though.
Yes, he does.
So,
which is another good scene.
Another really, really good scene.
What's that guy's name? Anton Lesser. He's just like killing it. He's like,
he's awesome.
Thesis, please. I like how it's sort of almost like a
thesis, please. It's like a college, a college psychology class or philosophy class.
So then we jump forward. We jump forward in time, very far forward in time to Niamos.
I thought we jumped backwards just slightly.
Pelicans are flying. We jump back 6 years, right?
We jump forward 6 years. No,
couple years.
They said it takes 6 years.
It's not.
It'll be interesting.
We get our first naked girl in Star Wars.
No, because wasn't Bix?
No, she had her undergarments on.
Oh, well, that's true. I don't know.
Yeah, that music was very
Dick Jones. I don't know that reference. Oh,
I don't know that one either.
So that was an interesting thing.
We just have pro droids looking around.
I think that this is just showing us that. I think this is just showing us that Cassian's in a dark. I think it's just Cassian in a dark place. That's why they jump forward. They're just showing that he's kind of
burning through his money.
Yeah, I mean, they're just kind of showing that he's in a dark
beaches.
Place. Whatever Pizos and Revnog is, that's I don't know if those are like drugs that she's wanting him to go pick up, or if they're. She says Revnog, the green ones. She wants the green Revnog.
It's probably breakfast.
No,
I
would lean actually. Okay, I do. I'm now remembering that I did watch a new Rockstars video on this, and it was some sort of
pick up on the flashback. I mean, hey, there are more ridiculous things that those guys have said.
Yes, for sure. But they said
it
it's
was a
some sort
snack.
of chip snack thing because there was an
The green ones.
advertisement back on wherever Cyril's at.
Oh,
it
for
as
Revnog. Okay, well,
Mhm.
whatever.
Goes good with blue milk.
That's lame.
Yeah.
Yeah, goes good with blue milk. Exactly.
So
Yeah, I loved the probe droids. I did like the probe droids. That's very Star Wars.
See, there you go. Another Star Wars connection.
Lots of aliens. No,
I like that beach. Like I thought the design
I
of
thought
that
it
was
was the
cool.
shore troopers hanging out.
It looked like America. It
No,
didn't look
I'm
like
with
America,
you,
but it looked
Miami.
like Earth.
Yeah.
As a good lawyer, Coach says he could see why the shore trooper stopped Andor. He was acting so guilty of something.
I know.
Racist.
He was
racist.
Coach
He was kind of like.
You think that they were
He was like,
profiling?
I do think they're profiling.
You think they were profiling?
Yeah.
The cool thing is that particular shore trooper was Sam Witwer.
Yes.
That was very cool. Or at least
Voiced
voice.
by-
I don't know if he was. Well, he could have been in the
He
suit.
might not have been. He might not have been.
Yeah.
It was filmed a lot during or right after COVID. So right after COVID.
Yeah. It was probably just his voice. So. Yeah, that's it. 6 years in prison for poor Cassian.
I did like the lady,
Gergo or whatever. Gergo, whatever his name
Keith
is.
Gergo. Yeah,
Keith Gergo,
exactly. Guilty of being in a flashback.
Correct, Nate. Correct.
Not a freaking flashback.
It's just not.
It's not a flashback.
I okay. Here's why I thought it was a flashback because
he
jumps to this planet really quickly. Like I understand that he's not trying to stick around, but like and I understand that in these fantasy shows we do a lot of moving to places really quickly, but he gets there so quick, and he just seems a little
months
off.
have passed.
He seems a little bit off to me. In terms
because
of like,
several months have passed and he's in a drunken stupor
but he doesn't
of sadness.
He doesn't seem as cautious as he
whatever it
would
is.
be. I feel like he's
Well,
not
he's at the
being.
beach, man.
But there's troopers all around.
Niamos.
No, that would suck.
Well, the reason I don't think it's a flash, let me give you some evidence that it's not a flashback, because when the lady's doing the MasterCard thing, she goes, "Oh, this used to be 6 months.
Yeah.
Now it's 6 years." So I feel like that's the tightening of the screws of the Empire.
Right. Somebody in the chat
and he's like,
that.
"That is crazy." You know, he's however he says it, you know.
Yeah.
I am a tourist or whatever he's saying.
Yeah. I'm just on vacation.
I'm just on vacation.
Yeah.
You know nothing about the rebellion.
And the only reason I don't think it's a flashback also is because there's got to be something to spark his interest in joining the rebellion, because he's pretty much checked out.
That lights the fire.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's kind of like checked out of the whole thing. He's checked out of life at this point. And so this is going to tick him off, and he's going to...
Why is he checked out of life?
Because
he's got cash, man. He just
Marva... But he said as much. He wanted to go to someplace warm.
Yes.
He said as much to Marva.
Yes.
And Marva not going with him bummed him out. His conversation with Bix bummed him out. The fact that the whole, everybody in Ferrix wants him dead, basically, because they blame him. So
you're right. You're right. And he didn't take the scene with he didn't take the scene with what's her name as well as I wanted him to, with her telling him that people are standing up.
Yeah, no, I mean,
what's his case though that he puts above the shower? Is that just like his weapons and all?
I think it's his weapons and money and.
Okay.
That's right.
Sorry, sorry. I'm doing Antonio Banderas, not Diego Luna.
No, Brian. What? No. Talking about?
Wait, what?
Brian, no.
I'm so confused by this show.
No,
where's Canary? Which
That's when he was a kid.
Look, don't play into Garrison's trap.
That's when his sister. They were like native kids on this planet, and his sister. It has nothing to do with Canary.
Okay, what's the one that Marvel lives on now?
That's Ferrix.
Phoenix.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the center.
And his conversation with Marva, I was hoping would go better, because she was telling him that people were standing up, and even he admits to the garrison being a robbery, and so it feels like he's starting to get closer to talking about all that stuff. But
yes, but he doesn't admit that. Like, he doesn't tell Marva that it was him that did it.
He just says it's a robbery.
He's like, that was a robbery. It was not a rebellion.
Yeah, he was just trying to talk her out of staying,
what it was
basically.
Yeah.
He was just like, look, this isn't anything to do with the rebellion. He's like, he was basically trying to convince her that people aren't standing up, that was just a robbery.
Yeah, I got
She
it.
needs to come with him. She's not interested.
For him, it was just a robbery in a way.
Yeah.
He was just like, well,
I hate to evoke his name, but Rhett, at one point, when we were talking about the episode offline, he mentioned that she even picked up a gun at the very end. Marva, just in a symbolic way for the viewer to see, she's saying she wants to join the rebellion. She picks up this gun, like in the background as he's leaving. You can see her pick up a gun, like she's ready to fight type attitude or whatever.
And as soon as that scene ends, she's
Prison
like,
break next
she's
week.
so old. She's like, what? Why do I have a gun? What am I doing?
I think I figured it out, guys. Okay, Andor finds a turnstile from Tenet.
Oh, okay, that's true.
Or maybe
reverse entropy.
Yeah. The Empire's about to drop the hammer, so there'll be a prison break next.
I think so.
You know what would be kind of interesting is if what's her name? Vel. If Vel helps with the prison breakout because she wants to kill him, or she thinks she's supposed to kill him, so she's got to get him out of prison. So that'd be interesting.
That would be totally interesting.
I'm convinced it's Cyril that intervenes and is the reason he escapes. I'm not saying that Cyril's going to be the one to break him out, but Cyril is going to try to. He's going to see his.
He's going to try and get him transferred or something.
He's going to try to get him transferred. He's going to try to take control of Andor and get him to admit to killing the people, and then he's going to escape because Cyril is kind of the little bee, and Andor will be able to take him pretty easily.
Well, and Cyril, it's obviously going to be like not doing his job, but checking their database to try to.
I think that there's something fomenting in Cyril, maybe a pocket.
Pockets.
If I was in school with Cyril, I would certainly be nice to him. He's kind of scary.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like he's like
actor.
He doesn't like look.
He's got a punchable face,
foreboding. Yeah, like he looks like a little like
me.
Maybe he'd be easy to take, but there's something boiling behind this guy. Like anybody that's obsessed with one person that much, like he is Cassian.
Dude, he humiliated him. He pulled the gun on him. He messed up his career.
I know.
Dude,
I know.
No, this is like a Javert and Valjean thing. I think he's going to chase him across two seasons.
What reference was that?
Les Miserables.
Les Miserables, sir. Do not speak French.
See, I've never even seen Les Mis, but I know the names of the characters. Yeah.
Earl has seen every version of
There's also
Les
a
Mis
number they say in some song, but I can't remember it right now. So
what's the number they say in the song, Earl? Earl knows.
24601.
Yes, thank you.
24601.
Is that really for real?
Yeah.
Like you knew that off the top of your head? Earl?
Yeah, sure. That's his prison number,
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
Holy cow. I am color me impressed.
I do want to watch Les Mis, by the way. I'm not anti.
Which version do you want to watch?
Oh, the movie.
Yes, exact. Brian.
100%.
This is the pretentious corner now.
Is a movie with Hugh Jackman and all the other big stars in that film? I can't remember the name.
Russell Crowe. Yeah, it's uneven, but it's.
I don't think it's a pretentious movie.
You've impressed, Coach.
Eddie Redmayne.
Yeah.
Well, no, but I'm talking about the non-musical version also. I can't recall who.
There's one with
Gerard Depardieu.
Yeah,
isn't he in one?
Have I seen that
years ago? That would have been like 20 years ago or something.
There was a really good one with Lily Collins that was a master PBS miniseries.
I like Lily Collins.
With what's the guy's name?
I like to call her eyebrows. She's got the big.
What's wrong with Lily Collins?
I had a good tan for the 2 episodes that I watched.
He also oozes Twinkies. He oozes Twinkies as well.
Wow.
And headbutts.
Yeah.
And throwing phones.
Yeah.
Throwing large phones at people.
Russell Crowe.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
We're at the end of the episode.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah, because Cyril's back at his place and he's looking at numbers and whatever. The episode ends at that point. But
why didn't they end the episode with him getting the 6-year sentence instead of just tagging that little part? So I do agree with
Earl. Why did they?
It was a flashback. No, I'm just kidding.
Because this part takes place 6 years before the show starts. He's not going to break out of prison. He's going to serve his full sentence.
No, he's going to break out, but that's how he gets in contact.
Were those numbers in Arabesh? Can somebody translate what he was looking at?
I have seen the translation.
Ted, there's a lot of people that are saying triple R or whatever you want to call it. It's pretty good.
Okay, Ted. All right.
I like to call it R.
R.
All right, we're done. We'll be back next week, but we've also got not only Andor episode 8, but also Tales of the Jedi to talk about because that drops.
That's going to be great.
Drops tomorrow as well. So Tales of the Jedi, all episodes drop tomorrow. We are going to go ahead and just knock it out. We're gonna so you guys watch all of them.
I'm excited to watch the actual good Star Wars.
Stop it. The Filoni verse.
Yeah.
Jacob, you can take up the mantle that Mikey dropped.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not gonna talk about the security droids and
the pro.
Oh yeah, what about that? The KX droids.
Yeah.
What about the hang?
That was a good. Hey, visually good scene.
Hang on to them.
Mm-hmm.
I like that there were a couple of them dragging those guys.
They wanted to establish them as kind of villains at first, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Well, they're going to get reprogrammed by Babu Frick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Babu Frick.
Yeah, sure. Somebody.
Well, he's in the series. He's in the series, so you're probably right. I mean,
He's not.
He's in Mando season 3.
That's Mando season 3.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Hey, that's right.
He lives forever.
He lives everywhere. He needs to. Why isn't he in this series?
He needs to reprogram the.
We don't know how old
for Babu Frick. Come on.
Yeah, that's true. We don't know how old he is.
Hang.
He could be.
You were to hang.
But yeah, we'll be back next week to talk about Andor episode 8 and all of Tales of the Jedi because they're like 20 minutes each. There's like 6. I mean, yeah, we're not going to break that up. There's too much else coming down the line. Jacob and I, not together, but we are seeing the premiere, the season 5 premiere of Yellowstone. I am pumped.
Wait, what? When is that?
Saturday. You're going to that dumb Star Wars art thing.
No, that's Friday night. The Star Wars thing, right?
I think it's Saturday. I think it's Saturday.
Oh yeah, there's the Star Wars art thing.
That's stupid.
You're choosing a Star Wars art thing over the season premiere of Yellowstone before anybody else gets to see it?
In the theater. In a theater. On the big screen.
I'm driving 94 miles to go see it.
I'm driving 2 miles to go see it.
I'd rather be around like. Look, this is the biggest single mingle event of.
This is true.
It is a massive.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, Brian said it earlier. Earl has to keep up his pretentious corner appearances.
And see, I just didn't know it was that type of event. I didn't know it was a Star Wars pretentious event. I guess
Earl, there's not going to be any single women. There's not going
to be all nerds in their
at
costumes.
the Star Wars event that you're going to.
This thing's blowing up, dude. I'm telling you.
It's at the Art Museum.
The Art on the Rocks event.
Generally, well, this is not Art on the Rocks, though.
No, this is Art on the Rocks. Yeah, it is.
Why are they calling it a Star Wars?
Well, that's their theme this time. So basically, they didn't have a good band, and so they probably just said, "Oh, let's call it Star Wars theme."
That's interesting
because they know nerds.
No, Art on the Rocks is generally a single mingle event. You're right, but I would venture to say adding Star Wars into that mix, you know.
And they're like, that guy's as old as my dad. Why is he here?
Oh, Ted, you're breaking my heart, buddy.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
It's only the hottest show ever. No. Hey, if this does. Here's what I predict. If this little thing that they're doing on Saturday makes them enough money,
they'll do a Yellowstone movie. 6 seasons in a movie.
6 seasons in a movie. I'm predicting it, man, because
Paramount Plus movie. Wow.
Wait, y'all are going Saturday night?
Well, that's the only time it is. It's just one. It's a one-night event only. It's like those. It's not through Fathom, I don't think, but it is like a one-night event type thing.
They added an extra showtime because
they did not
7 o'clock one. And it was, I looked at it and I was like, okay, perfect. There's still
they added a 9.
Like 2 days. 2 days later, they added a 7:10.
Oh,
will Deidre Miro be there? No, Bix will be there though.
So not only, but Earl, get this. Not only is it the season premiere of Yellowstone, but also of Tulsa King. Come on,
I don't even know what that is. What's Tulsa King?
That's the new
Stallone
show. That's the new.
Written by
do that.
Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah, okay. But not in the Yellowstone universe. I think people are going to get confused by that. They're like combining them. It's not really in the Taylor.
That's more in his prison verse, right? Isn't that?
No, I don't even think it's that. I don't even think it's part of the mayor of Kingstown or whatever it was called.
I only stand Yellowstone.
And 1923, and eventually Bass Reeves.
Yeah.
Come on, David
Earl Harrison Ford, Jerome Flynn, Dame Helen Mirren.
Come on, dude. That show is stacked. And that's just like, there's way more people in 1923 than that. That show is stacked. I mean, come on.
All right.
It's just no gas leak year? What?
What?
I don't know what that means. All right. I appreciate the chat. It was fun. You guys kept us honest with everything that we were saying about Star Wars, because we obviously don't even Star Wars, bro. I mean, we obviously don't. I don't know planet names very well. I don't know old character names like Belle Ibis,
Garmin or whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't know any of that stuff. But we will definitely be back next week. Please, if you would do us the favor of sharing this episode, liking it. Liking it helps the YouTube algorithm. We are slowly but surely making our way to 100 subscribers, so we can get our own URL instead of the crazy one.
Wait, are we close to 100 subscribers?
Not really, 72, but I mean,
that's close.
That's better than. I figured we had like 5 or 10.
No, there's 72.
We have 72 subscribers to this. Wow.
These things get.
Come on, Earl.
Do numpies, Earl.
Really?
Once we start talking about Yellowstone, once Yellowstone starts blowing up, it'll blow up. I'm telling you, Yellowstone's bigger than Star Wars. No, I'm just kidding. I don't really believe that.
And better than Andor.
Star Wars.
I got you.
Crazy now,
yeah. Gas leak year. I
wouldn't have gotten you there because I'm not a Community guy.
Community. The gas.
I remember. Yeah, Community. There's a movie now coming as well with Community. But is it really a movie if Chevy's not there? I don't know.
I think that's the one that was never going to come back from.
No, I don't think he would ever.
I think that bridge is burned.
Nate, thank you, Nate. This is most of our subscribers. Hey, I will take Russian bots. I will take Nate's class.
These aren't like impressionable children, are they?
Ooh, we don't say anything till. I mean, only people in the chat say things about people being hung. It's not about.
Well, maybe I said something.
Oh, maybe you did. I don't know. All right, guys. I really appreciate everybody hanging out. If you want to share the episode, we really need some more subscribers. We're trying to move up the ladder slowly but surely. We will be back next week for more Andor and Tales of the Jedi. Talk to you guys later.